G'day with the traders, I'm Roy, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach Calvin Nature.
Oh, man. For most of us, that was probably the most challenging round I've ever experienced in AFL Fantasy. But Cal, by the sound of things, you managed yourself okay.
Well, I dodged a few bullets.
You dodged a lot of bullets.
There are a lot of bullets out there.
I scored 1945. One of my best rounds so far.
Well done.
Well, Roy and I were no good there. But anyway, we'll get back on the horse. We can only get better. There were just massive issues this weekend, and we'll get to a few
lot of
those.
issues. But on a positive note, there were also some good scorers.
Josh Dunkley, 151. One of the reasons why I rocketed up the rankings this week.
I reckon this is why we thought he should have been getting mid-time last year, because this is how good he is.
He's officially the highest scoring player in the game now, and there were some experts out there that thought he might have been the one that suffered with the addition of Chalor. No.
Don't blame the experts. Blame Bevo.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's his fault. There were some other good players as well. Duggan stepped up for his owners.
He was massive.
He's had some in different games, but he was huge. So he certainly was. He rewarded his coaches with a massive 148.
Right up there was 140 from Jack Zeeble, who... He got 39 points from his kicking.
That's unbelievable.
He was one of the big players that gained DPP. So we had a range of players. 53 of them, in fact. Amazing number that gained DPP. You can check all those out at afl.com.au/fantasy. You can see all the lists there. But there were some names that caught your eye, boys.
Yeah, definitely. Josh Kelly's one for me. Now, his role isn't great at the moment, but it's Josh Kelly. He's an absolute gun, and he's a walk-up 90 at the moment. So he's scoring those 90s in this forward role he's playing. If he gets a look in the midfield again, he's only going up. So... Josh Kelly, for that safe 90 as a forward with the chance of more mid-time, that's a great pick.
I like Hunter coming off his massive average of 119 last year now. He's about 20k more than Kelly. Pick him up in your forward line. Awesome scores. He had 100 last week. I think, Roy, he might shake up the rolling 22.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. The rolling 22, that's been blown out of the water with all these DPPs. But one of my favourite parts of it is the flexibility that a lot of our popular kids have.
Exactly.
The trading this week, it's so much easier to cover all the gaps. And Bergman's a perfect example. So he's come back into the team and he's a really safe 60 kind of guy. And now you can play him in your forward line or your back line. It just gives amazing flexibility.
Well, speaking of Bergman, he was the highest increasing player this week. And, we see a bit of a list there. Interesting guys, including Chad Warner, who is going there. He's got a bit more flexibility now with the DPP. So he's a mid-forward. So you can flick him around, especially with the other guys like Tom Powell's got it. I know I've got Lazaro's got it. There's a few guys there where it just means that you can flick them around. Yeah. It's going to help trading. I don't think there'll be many people that won't do a trade this week without using some of the DPP, whether that's players that they've got or grabbing one of these guys that have got it.
The experienced DPP I'm there to help you because at the moment it is so easy to trade defenders for forwards, for example. It's just really easy with all this flexibility.
Over underline of your DPP use this week, I've gone 8.5.
Mate, my first trades after lockout, there were players flying everywhere. It was bloody awesome. Now, one reason we're going to have to utilise these DPPs is because of the issues. Now, I've never seen a round like this, and it was compounded by the fact that we didn't find out some teams till Saturday night when people had already used their trades, and quite often they were forced trades because we had players being dropped, there were injuries, management all over the place. Now, Marshall out, he triggered the flow-on effect on that, Thursday night.
But you guys were lucky because you had Hunter on your bench. So
lucky.
You were able to take that. Well, a 50 is better than a 20 like a lot of us are getting from rookies.
It is certainly true. Now, it didn't take long after that for... everyone that kept a Goey, and if you're not a Goey owner, you would be laughing because that's what I have done for the last 10 years when anyone picked him. But at the moment, I'm one of those suckers. You're one of those suckers. The dude got three. I reversed this. I had him out 1 minute before lockout. I was like, just think clearly for a minute here, Roy. He's going to be playing midfield. They have to shake things up.
He was in there.
He was. But did he touch it? No, he had more bangs on the nose than kicks. So he was out. I don't know if it was concussion, if it was just a broken snoz. I don't have a clue. But then after that, the injuries just kept coming.
Hey.
There was guns like Houston, popular picks like Hickey, who has been
Jordan
filling
Ridley,
the gap.
15
Oh,
points.
Riddler.
He's been one of the best defenders.
Howe went down.
Yep.
He's been great.
That's big.
It is massive.
Got a lot of calls to make then this week. It is going to be big, especially even we're getting to the point with our rookies where they're starting to hit their top prices. Like Braden Campbell, for example, has got a break even of 49. He's averaging 59. He's only scoring around that. So it could be the time to move him. Even old mate Chad Warner, he's actually worth more than Jordan Goey at the moment, pretty amazingly. But he's getting right up there. I think there's still a bit of time with him, but
we definitely stick with Warner because we like how he plays.
And he scores.
Someone like Campbell, I nearly pulled the trigger on him this week, actually. But he might get one more week because of a nice little matchup, and then he's gone, I reckon.
All right. Good luck this week. Make sure you tune into the podcast. Plenty to discuss, and we've got a very special guest.
Oh, big.